Hello, welcome back to Stationeers. So, I decided that rather than show you a condensed 4 hours of footage from me doing 9 hours worth of work, I thought I'd show you the end result. Now, this line here goes off this way to be used in a Stirling engine, which I will show you all of that side much later. Now, this pipe here is kept under constant pressure by this pump, controlled by this IC housing. Now, initially, I was going to fill this pipe here, which was going to be used for the Stirlings, but I kind of, oh no, this was not, sorry, initially, should I say, this pipe here would have been fed back into itself in a loop. The Stirling would have fed into the same pipe. The temperature would have been brought down to a set level, and then this pump would have pumped it out until the pipe was empty, and then it would have filled another lot in. So that was the original plan. Now the plan's changed, and there's actually a return line from the Stirlings, which again I will go into in detail as I build them. So I've kind of, this is slightly in the future, so I do apologize. It was 4 hours of mediocre footage that was bad quality sound that I just didn't think was worth didn't think was worth showing, really. So anyway, so this pipe here, which is cooled down from the main overflow tank for the, or waste tank for the furnace. This is another tank which, if I find my toolkit, not even my toolkit, yep, that's the one. As you can see, there's a good amount of fairly warm gas. Now, that's actually too warm. I could probably pump that back into this circuit here because they're not far off each other in temperature, about 200 degrees, well, 300 degrees in the difference. Um, Maybe I won't. I think I'll leave that there as good hot quality gas. Now that line here, this is a separate network again, much cooler as you can see, and this network connects to this network, which is much cooler again. Now, I tried putting this valve in line with the heat exchanger here. This is what this is a heat exchanger. Whoops, 1 minute. There we go, there's a jetpack. And this takes heat from the one side and exchanges it with the other side. So this line here is a 32.83 Celsius at the moment. And that is what I call a stable liquid 30 line. Now the whole the whole reason for its existence is to balance the cold on the other side, which, if I just fly over here, is this is from cold ice liquid, gets fed into this pink line here, which this was set up a bit differently, but unfortunately it didn't work, so I had to reset it up a bit differently again. That took time. I spent a lot of time troubleshooting this build, more time troubleshooting than building, I can tell you. And then that syncs with the light with this line, and again through. So this is the same temperature as this. This is a lot cooler, and then once that pipe network gets to, hold on, that seems fairly warm. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Again, troubleshooting. So this is set to be a certain temperature. Once it hits a temperature, it'll get pulled into the potable tank, which has got a good amount of liquid in there, to like 5 kilomoles, which is brilliant. That pipe then runs into the rest of the base to feed plants and to hydrate people. So yeah, if it gets too hot in this pipe, this side kicks in, connects up and cools, which then heats the water into usable water. If it gets too cold, this side kicks in, uses the hot gas waste from the furnace, and heats the pipe. Now this pink pipe here I didn't really want to use pink, but I ended up using pink anyway because it was the last color I had left. This goes off into the base to be used as cool as a heat sink for the radiators. Now there are radiators in the greenhouse. As you can see, it's only got 300 kilopascals of gas in its network, and it actually keeps the greenhouse at 32 degrees. So it's using pollutant only X in there, 1.7 kilomoles, and this valve here is set to come on as long as this tank here, this pipe, the 30 liquid pipe is between something like 30 and 29 and 31, something like that. So I think I should quickly mention that this line here is a temporary line that comes from the X storage, which is down the end there. It's sorted out into a tank just behind this one. That comes through this line. There's a volume pump there, which has been filling the pink line with the coolant. That's this is all temporary. It will be removed once that's up to a pressure I think is good enough. Now on the other side, this hot side, when the gas here gets too cold, the IC chip will turn the pump on and it'll pump this out into the waistline, which will then get filtered into its various different constituents. Then when the pressure in this pipe drops, this pump will turn on, bringing in more hot gas until such time that there is enough pressure and heat in this pipe that pipes off. Sorry, that pumps off, There's enough pressure and heat in there until it gets cold again, and then the cycle starts all over again. It's just the simplest way to actually fill and unfill these lines. I was thinking about doing a purge and letting all the gas out and then filling it up again, but it just became too much code and caused me more problems than it was worth. So okay, there we go. Hopefully that'll make it a bit less jumpy. And okay, we have the cold side here, and on this we have the cold line in volume pump, the cold line in pipe analyzer, the cold valve, the potable volume pump, which is the potable tank, which is the 30-degree temperature liquid. We got a liquid pipe analyzer. That's the 30 liquid pipe analyzer, and the 30 gas line, which is the line going into the base, and that's using all 5 pins. So 6 pins. So we yield, of course, then we're analyzing the temperature, and if it gets too hot, we are turning on the potable volume pump for the cold line in. So that's the line from the cold tank to the pipe, the valve, the cold line in volume valve. So if that's basically warm enough, we'll pump it into the potable tank. Now, if it's under pressure, we will basically add more pressure in from the cold line. Then if the temperature gets too high in the pipe in the liquid pipe analyzer, the liquid pipe, the main pipe that we're heating and cooling, then we turn on the cold valve. Now, what I've done here, which I should have done an and or if, probably an if, I've branched to a statement that basically if the main line is above 306 or less than 300, then it should turn off the valve that goes to the rest of the base, just as a safety precaution. But if it's inside them ranges, and it stays on, basically. So I probably could have done that a different way, but I didn't. So it seems to work. I don't know why it's coming up red there, but it seems to work. Everything seems to be within order. It's within the right temperature range. I have stress tested it. I've turned this side off, automatic, turned the valve on, and then watched the cold side kick in and equalize the temperature to the right temperature, and vice versa. So much so I had to go mining for ice to refill the tank, and I've now got, what is it, 2 megapascals of water sitting there to be used by the hydroponics, which is really good. But that's not enough for me. I'm gonna have to put in an emergency cold and an emergency hot system. So maybe pipe. Well, as I said, this side I could probably do it by just adding a fuel line in and saying if the pressure in here does fall to a certain point that's not being fed by another system, then essentially, or this one actually, it'll be more to the point, this one. Then add in some fuel, and then if that side will basically have a an AC unit running to cool the gas, and the gas will only kick in if this water isn't available. It will then drop to or go to such a high temperature that the AC unit will be cooling the gas that's connected to this pipe instead of this pipe, and then obviously the AC unit will run because of that. And that'll just be some safety backups in case we don't have any ice, which once we get the rocket going won't ever be a problem. But I'm also thinking we might need to connect. There's a lot of things we could do as checks and balances, but well, as you can see, there's lots of lovely glowing little green lights there that I find quite amusing, actually, when the amount of them that were here are here. I don't know what more to say about the system, really. I mean, it uses a high stable medium, I guess, to basically stabilize another lower stability medium, which is the X. X is a good coolant. It can move things apparently the best. Heat between the inside and the outside. However, it is only a gas. I haven't got that much of it. Water, however, is a lot heavier. It holds a lot more mass and heat, and it's just a lot better for what it does. There's 10 megapascals in that pipe, which is a fair amount of gas of water. Sorry, so 5 kilomoles right there in that pipe, and there's only 2 kilomoles in the tank. So that just goes to show how much mass has to be changed by this gas. Now, it works really well, as I say, and it's just a way of recycling heat and also utilizing cold. Like, I can potentially hook these other tanks up to this and maybe need to use the hot side more once the cold side starts getting fed by the rocket. There's all sorts of things you can do once you've got this basic backbone, because obviously there's a heat exchanger there which exchanges heat. You've got 3 different exchangers that you can control using basic valves, digital valves. So yeah, this works really well on Mars. It would work well on the moon or Europa. Anywhere that has an abundance of ice, it's going to work very, very well. Now, how it would work on a hot planet, I don't know. Obviously, for a start, you wouldn't have enough water to fill this pipe. You could use pollutant and then carbon dioxide or whatever gases you've got excess lying around. You could use them to do a similar thing. I don't know if it would be worth it. This is passive, so it only needs the analyzers, the valves. Well, it basically uses 1, 2, 3, 4. In its simplistic form, it'll take 5 analyzers and 1 valve on all the time. The other stuff is very incidental. It's very comes on briefly and then goes away again. Like, it doesn't use much power at all, is what I'm trying to say. But if you don't have that source of cooling, then, well, it just doesn't work the same. Now, I've got an idea for that source of cooling, But I don't know how it would work on a hot planet again, as I said, so time will tell on that one. But anyway, I'm waffling now, so I'm gonna cut back into the very first video after this mess that took 9 hours to complete. That was too long, and I'm glad that we managed to get through it and actually get it working. But I just regret it took so long. Anyway, I'll catch you soon. Okay, so now we're going back to the live footage that was taken during gameplay, and we're going to start with the Sterling engines because that was the next thing that I worked on directly after getting the system up and running. Now, where did my walls go? I'm sure I had walls. They were, of course, on the floor where I left them. Okay, so the first thing that I think of is, well, if I blow cold air over the Sterling engine and have like a tunnel for that, for it to work, that'll make it more efficient, right? Well, that was my theory anyway, so I decided to go ahead and build this tunnel and we'll see what happens next. Don't have any heavy cable on me, that's oh, I do. That's good. Okay, where's that? I'm running. A bit further out. Okay, not a bother. Can deal with that. We'll need some wire cutters. And boom. Right, that's U-powered. Now, I don't need to use insulated pipe. So I'm not going to use insulated pipe because that would be a waste and we don't want to be monsters now, do we? So, we're going to have to go and get some actual normal pipes, methinks. Oh, would you look at that? Still bits of ore floating around. Hey. Oh, I built them pens to keep all the ore in, by the way. Just because I was sick and tired of running into it the whole time. I will hopefully make a sorter, stacker, sorter, yoke at some point. If anyone doesn't know, a yoke in Ireland is a thing. Another word for thing. Thingy-majiggy. Now, hopefully, this will greatly improve the efficiency. I can't promise it will, but... Oh, yeah, that's right. The batteries take all the power. It's, really annoying. If I hook an APC up, will that help? I don't know. Where's my nearest cable? Well, would you look at that? There's one right here. Okay, change of plan. That was a bit of a waste. Oh, problem with that cable is... actually, it's not a problem so at the moment because It's only this vending machine that's hooked in. We can always run another... Is that actually poking through the floor? Yes, it is, it is. We can always run another transformer if we have to. I guess. Right. Let's hope this works. Nope. Okay, let's try it the other way around. Okay, let's see if this works. Not really. One is not enough. Okay. It did go up a little bit, but not enough. I mean... I still have to... I've got an idea. I need to fix this anyway because we need to get this pressurized back up again. So that's going to be coming from the roof, which I believe this is going to end up being the roof. Why not? You can't really put anything higher than this because solar panels. So there's the pipe coming up. I could run it that way or this way. I might actually go and weld up all of them off camera. Bring the pipe this way, stick a few bits on there, vents on there to take in the most that I can into there, have that set to a set pressure, and then have a volume pump sending cold air out to the Stirling engine because I know that we can get this higher. The problem is the efficiency between the input and the output at the moment, so... And we need that cold tank for the furnace in this setup anyway, so... Temperature's in that pipe. 400 degrees C is not too bad, like. I think it can get down to about 150 before it's going to be a huge problem. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll be back in a bit and show you the results. And is there anything else before I go doing that? Is there anything else that I should be doing, thinking about, that's more important right now? Yes, while I'm doing that, there is something I could be doing. Let me go and see quickly how much battery we have at this point. Right, we are chewing through it. So we have coal, we have a coal-fired generator. For now, I'm just going to go and fill it with that, but because this is getting towards the Stirling. The other thing I need to think about is water. I need to route that water pipe over here, which I'm going to probably get on with doing now, because Well, now is as good as time as any to get that done, I think. I've also got to think about rerouting this oxygen. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okie dokie, I'm gonna throw coal in there, and I'm gonna throw a couple of coal in here for whenever the time comes. Now I don't care about the waste gases right now, they can be waste. Okay, that sorts out the power issue for the time being. Next we have water. Time to go get some pipes, I believe. Now, one thing I will do when they're printing, while they're printing, should I say, is I believe that these don't die when they're outside of their... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I just don't want to end up killing all of them and not having any way of replacing them. Yeah, that decays as well, though. These ones don't. Okay, that's good. I'm very happy about that. Do ferns not give us fern seeds, though? That's kind of annoying if they don't. But in any case, we will have a bunch of backups if the water does run out in here, because there's only 2 centimeters left. That's not good. Right, pipes. Let's see if we can't... Oops. I didn't actually take a drink while I was there. How many? Well, you know, you keep going just in case. What color should they be? They should be green. Pop you there, pick you up, pick them up, and yeah, we'll come back for the rest if we need them. Oops. Now, I don't like having things on the edge of the service tunnels, or Jeffrey's tubes as I prefer to call them. And we can't intersect other pipe networks, which is kind of annoying, but obviously very understandable, really. That's a way down, so I can't... Okay, I'm gonna have to go up and over. There's no 2 ways about it. Fair enough, fair enough. As long as I got space to walk, that's all that really matters, right? And another one. Option 2 is to move the electrical cable onto the wall, or this onto the wall, or this onto the wall. This is getting busy at this junction. No. Or I could have it in the air, or I could... The pink one isn't even going this way at the moment, so I could just replace that. Options. So many options. probably going to need more than the 20 that we've got. Means we're going to have to make some steel. And did I have active vents and passive vents right there. Go figure. Bring you in. Here, I guess. Right, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to need another stack at least. At least. Might be time to make some more steel. Or we just scavenge what we can find laying around. Considering we're on a tight time with them plants, well, we might have lost the ones that we've just planted by now, I don't know, but we'll try and save them before they all die. Oh yeah, that's just the perfect number. Right, we can actually deal with normal pipes if we want to, and I think we do want to. Didn't realize I had a stack in there as well. Oh well.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, they all died. Only 4? Oh, damn. Okay, well, yeah, I at least I had the sense to try and save some. Damn, man. Right, that makes your job here null and void. You are obsolete. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Gotta be careful using these wrenches, you know. You could easily take out a frame and that would be a really bad idea. Hey, now everyone should be happy again. Get them ferns back on the grow. Okay, how much do we have in the pipe? 5.28 kilomoles. That's pretty good going. 1.2 megapascals. Now that means the heat is going to be transferred from in this room into the pipe and vice versa. That is not something we really want, so it's time to go and put in a one-way valve. One-way valve or volume pump. I'm going to go with the simple one-way valve, I think, because it's just more simple. Okay, someone used the jetpack in the house again. Now the temperature is 500 degrees Celsius. No. When? Brilliant. That sorts that problem out nicely. Okay, one problem solved. How much power do we have now? I should hope it's nearly full. Wow. We're still chewing through that power. Hello? Are you working? Oh dear. Oh my days. What a idiot. Right, give me a second, I'm going to think about what I'm doing now. Okay, right, I think I've got enough here to try my next phase, I think is the best way to put it. Something I should have done a long time ago. Now, can I put one anywhere at all? Well, it looks like I can. Should I do let's game it out and see if I can just make a deep miner work in them over the middle of a thing? I'm tempted. I am tempted. Hold on a second. I'm going to make a save here. I'm not going to keep this, but I've got to do this because it's too tempting not to.